The price of greed. One bright afternoon, Inoma went shopping for groceries. As she stepped out of her car, her eyes fell on a pale, elderly man. A chill ran through her. She recognized him immediately. It was Jude, the man who had destroyed her family. "So, Mr. Jude," Inoma said bitterly, "after scattering my family, you still walk around freely like nothing happened?" Jude smirked. "Inoma, you've grown into a fine woman. Back when you were a little girl, I knew fortune would find you." "Shut up, you disgusting man!" Inoma snapped. But Jude cut in sharply. "No, my dear. Your mother was the disgusting one. She knew she was married, yet she chose to be with me." At this, Inoma's eyes burned with anger. "You look like a corpse already. Nothing is worse than a dead man walking." She stormed back into her car and drove off. As she was about to take a turn, she saw her elder brother, Chinedu, hawking sachet water by the roadside. Shocked, she called out, "Chinedu, is this what you've become? I thought you stood with Mother and encouraged her infidelity. See where it brought you." Before Chinedu could reply, Inoma drove away, her heart heavy. That night, she could not sleep. Memories of her broken family tormented her. The next morning, she went to her office. To her surprise, she found her cleaner, Juliet, sleeping under the staircase. "Juliet, what are you doing here?" Inoma asked in shock. "Ma, I no longer have a home. I was thrown out because I couldn't pay my rent," Juliet replied tearfully. Moved with pity, Inoma called one of her male staff. "Find her a place to stay. Stock her kitchen with food. She must never sleep on the street again." Meanwhile, back in Emily's house, life was miserable. With no food and no money, she and her children lay on the cold floor. Her youngest daughter wept, longing for her father who once cuddled her and told her bedtime stories. Emily regretted ever siding with Jude. "In my next life," she wept bitterly, "greed will never come near me again. With my own hands, I destroyed my home." The neighbors whispered among themselves, "Ah, Uche was a good man, but this greedy woman caused his death." Time passed. Inoma, now grown, was preparing for her wedding. But Emily, who had taken Jude as her lover after Uche's death, was rejected by Jude himself. "So, you killed your husband and still came here?" Jude sneered. "Go away, widow." "I don't do widows." Emily fell to the ground in shame. "Oh, see what I've done to myself," she muttered as mournful cries escaped her lips. Her eldest daughter, Inoma, soon left the country with her wealthy friend Veronica, whose family sponsored her studies abroad. Emily was left to suffer. She sold her car, moved into a small rented apartment, and was eventually thrown out by her late husband's family. Only her first daughter managed to finish university. 10 years later, Inoma returned from the U.S. She went straight to her father's grave and wept. "Daddy, if I had known, I would have protected you from my wicked mother. But wherever you are, I know you're proud of me. Even in death, I love you." From there, she drove to her new mansion, purchased through Vero's elder brother, who later became her companion and husband. When her wedding day came, she refused to invite her mother or siblings. Emily came to the gate, begging to be let in. "Inoma is my daughter," she pleaded. But the guards replied, "Madam, your name is not on the guest list." Inside, Inoma's seat of honor was occupied by a woman she had met in the U.S. Veronica stood proudly as her chief bridesmaid. The wedding was grand, and Inoma finally began her new life in joy. After many struggles, life became calm for Inoma. She spent more time with her husband, and together they went on a beautiful vacation. One evening, he surprised her with a romantic date. Inoma felt peace she hadn't known in years. Their love grew stronger, and soon joy filled their home as Inoma gave birth to a baby boy, a new beginning for their family. Please subscribe to this channel and drop a comment below, based on a true life story. Years later, word came that Emily was dying. At first, Inoma refused to see her, but her husband persuaded her. When they arrived, Inoma could hardly recognize the broken woman before her. "My daughter," Emily whispered with her last breath. "Forgive me." And then she died. Inoma wiped her tears, gave her mother a proper burial, and took her younger siblings into her mansion. Soon after, the three of them went to their father's grave to beg for his forgiveness. A white dove flew overhead, a sign that he had forgiven them. Back in Jude's home, neighbors discovered his corpse days later after a foul odor spread through the street. His end was bitter and lonely. Reluctant greed will cost you your life. Marriage is sacred and must be respected by both husband and wife. A home built on betrayal will never stand. Thank you for watching. Watch out for another mind-blowing tale.